Back in London after Vegas, a disappointed Nigel tackles Kevin about his disastrous performance in front of Penn and Teller.
Penn and Teller.
Summarise.
Did you think you did yourself proud?
Not really.
So you must be gutted then with that?
Yeah, I felt like I'd let you down. At the time I didn't. I felt like the tricks all was pulled off and I'd done okay and I was just enjoying the moment.
If you stand up for the final test anywhere near similar to the Penn and Teller incident, we were busted straight away. And a lot of that was because of your nerves. You know, you probably don't remember, but you were jumping up and down on the spot and, you know, being quite endearing to them. You know, it's an honour to do this. But you can't do that in performance. You can't stand up in front of 200 people and thank them all individually for having the time to sit and watch it.
I mean, that's unfair still. I mean, you've got to cater your performance to the audience you're
playing. You know, because that's bullshit, because we can't do that. Because final test day, the opening night can't be, I've only been doing this 4 weeks. You're up there against people who have been doing it for years.
I was getting ahead of myself. I was definitely getting ahead of myself. That happens sometimes.
You know, I've given him the tools. Now it's down to him to, and I'll obviously guide him through it, but it's down to him to turn this around now, because he has still got to turn it around. He's far from ready.
With only 10 days to go before the final test, Nigel has abandoned the idea of allowing Kevin to come up with his own patter. Instead, he sends Kevin back to Mandy so that she can write his final test script for him.
Thanks, it's freezing right now.
But straight away, things get off on the wrong foot.
I think you should show me the stuff you got for your final test.
I don't think I can, because I've not got all the stuff with me to actually perform it for you. I don't have it prepared just now.
Do you need 5 minutes?
I need more than 5 minutes. I can show you what the list of things that I need to do, but I've not got all the props I need.
Right, okay. You need to be practicing with props all the time. If it's all suddenly last minute that we get it together, you will fail because you just won't be prepared.
I feel like I'm under a lot more pressure now than I was before I left for Vegas. And it's sort of getting to me a little bit.
Mandy spends the afternoon writing gags for Kevin's final test, then rehearsing them with him as she gets ready for her own gig.
I'm Britain's answer to David Blaine, except I was loved as a child.
I'm Britain's answer to David Blaine, except I was loved as a child.
That sounded a bit off the... as though you were reading it.
My name's Kevin McMahon. I'm a magician. I'm Britain's...
back to the beginning, sorry.
Good evening.
Pause.
Good evening. My name's Kevin. I'm a magician.
Pause.
I'm Britain's answer to David Blaine.
Pause.
Except I was loved as a child.
So do it again, but you just got to take...
Where do you want me to pause? What word after?
Good evening. My name's Kevin. I'm a magician. I'm Britain's answer. You've got to be cocky.
Good evening. I'm Kevin. I'm a magician. I'm Britain's answer to David Blaine, except I was loved as a child.
Right, well, for a start, your body language is all...
Cocky.
No, it's not, because you've got your arms folded, which means you're blocking everyone out.
Oh, man. Let's start this again.
Just relax. Good evening. I'm Kevin. I'm your magician. Don't do all this kind of, good evening, I'm Kevin. Come on, they're lucky to fucking have you on tonight.
Good evening. I'm Kevin. I'm your magician.
Get off the peg.
Off the peg.
As Kevin has forgotten his rope for the cut and restored rope trick, Mandy comes up with the idea of using a tie instead.
I can do this.
And also, when you do that, make it big, because you're going to be in a big room.
I can do this.
Now pull it up in the air.
Which I think you'll find has the same effect.
Just at the moment, we've got a week to go, and I still think we really have to work on his delivery, because it's just got to look more natural.
People have expectations of me now as well, It's a hard thing, expectations to live up to. All right, guys, how's it going? My name's Kevin.
The next morning, Nigel comes to watch Kevin run through his new script, but he's clearly unimpressed by what he sees.
Just again. And then, to top it all off, he comes to London, believe it or not, gets in a box, he goes...
OK, right, stop there. You've got to step up. You can be conversational, but be confident with it. If you're going to deliver a line, deliver it with confidence and say it
It's like life through a shaving mirror, right?
Right.
And so what Nigel's saying is like you've got to be a bit larger than life. You know, you want to get to the punchline as quick as possible.
It's just...
Deflated by Kevin's performance, the mentors send him home early to discuss what they're going to do.
At the moment, with his delivery, he's not gonna pull it off.
No.
Because he looks and sounds like an amateur, the way he's presented himself.
I mean, there's been no movement with that at all, has it?
No.
It's not been...
It just seems very sort of as though he's reading it, really.
Yeah.
And there's no sort of oomph behind it. We're definitely not there at this moment in time.
I probably occasionally feel that he's not taking it as serious as he probably should do. I'm sure there's an element of him that thinks he's only sort of in this world for a month, and therefore he can enjoy the ride. And especially having suits made and being bought clothes and going to Vegas is a good ride to be on. However, I do think he probably needs to start realising what I've put down on the line for this. Turning work away and really putting my energies into him. And I think he owes it to me at least to buckle down and make this work.
The mentors are at their wits' end. With less than a week to go, they make a very radical decision to call in their own mentor, Pat Page, to shake up the act. A veteran of the magic scene, he's worked with every magician from Paul Daniels to Derren Brown, and is known within the business as a straight talker. Kevin, however, loses the chance to make a good first impression by not having his props organised and keeping the mentors waiting.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Kevin. I'm a magician. Yeah, I'm Britain's answer to David Blaine. Well, except I was loved as a child. I seen him it was on Times Square in New York on a 100-foot plinth. And then he reverses it, he goes under the ground, puts himself in a box, buries himself alive without oxygen or anything, and then he comes to London, suspends himself above the River Thames for 40 days without food or water, allegedly. And me, I can do this. I think you'll find it has the same effect. I learned that trick in Thailand, Great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kevin McMahon. Good night.
Enjoy that? Did you enjoy that?
I think it's a bit flat, isn't it?
Go on, Pat.
It's an old-fashioned biblical word. You're from Scotland.
Yeah.
I'm from Scotland. The word's used a lot up there. It's called shite. No, seriously. No, it's not all bad. But we've got to sort things out a bit, You actually know the tricks, so we're more than halfway there. All we got to do is tighten them up and clean them up a little bit. It's hard work. We haven't got a lot of time. It's up to you.
Right.
If you really want to do this, we'll do it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be standing here performing shite if I didn't want to do it. I was shocked when he said it, I have to admit. It wasn't what I was expecting, so I was surprised. I don't remember what he said afterwards, because I was still thinking about what he said initially.
I just don't know how he's going to pull it off. He's got, 4 days, 5 days. And I just think, only a miracle's going to save him, to be quite honest.
First things first. Can we get away with doing this whole thing silently at the beginning, the opening bit? But we need music. Take your tie off slowly, hold it up, and then do the cut and restore without talking.
So make an entrance, cut the tie.
Yeah, make a deal of taking the tie off so they know what's happening.
Right, okay.
So you don't have to say anything. Stop there. Now open your hand. No, I think if he did that to music, that's a better opening.
To be honest with you, I quite like him. I know it's my little jokes, but I quite like him talking.
Certainly, he looked more comfortable.
I quite like the idea of music.
What kind of music do you like?
I'm not bothered. It's probably putting something cheesy up there.
Maybe you're not bothered, but we are. The big trick is to get him to enjoy doing it. That's the name of the game. If you don't enjoy it, you shouldn't be doing it. So the answer is for him to stand up there and have fun. What was it he said before about Thailand or something?
I got this trick from Thailand,
When you deliver that line, it'd be nice to actually look at the label on the tie.
Yeah.
Because then you can look down at it and say, I got this from Thailand. Oh, sorry, Thailand.
I got this trick from...
I got this tie in Thailand.
I got this tie in Thailand. Sorry, I got this tie from Thailand. Thai rack.
Right, so can we do that again?
Got this tie in Thailand.
Because he got the line.
Thai rack.
That's good.
That's better.
That's it.
There's no way I want to go on stage underprepared. There's no way I want to go on stage and fail. That's just... Don't want that to happen. That's not something I contemplate.
I'm going to take it upon myself to make a change this week, such that I will be happy with myself, and such that Nigel will be able to look at me and say, yeah, I trained him.
The next day, Kevin is a changed man as he throws himself into rehearsing with a vengeance.
Audience members over here, have a look at the cards.
Nigel wants to make a change to the card trick after it flopped so spectacularly in front of Penn and Teller. He thinks it's too risky to stick the duplicate card on the back in the final test. Instead, Kevin will reveal the card with a card stab.
Drums, please.
A sticky card is covered in black felt and put on the stage floor. When Kevin throws the pack up into the air, he just picks up the duplicate card with his walking stick.
Then slow, what, do I sort of give the audience time to register on each side again, like before?
I think what you... Yeah.
You're aiming at her. Was that your card? Because she's going to help, obviously, remember it much more.
Hold the stick out and say, is that your card? And she says, yes. Now you pull it off and show it to everybody.
And then you pick it off.
He's really, really keen. And I know this morning, he was up at 8 and he was rehearsing. He went through his act 13 times.
He's starting to realise that it's not a game anymore. He's got to pull this off.
Is that your card?
Can I just give you a line though? You know when you get someone out, I know that you don't want me to give him lines, but when you get someone out, it's an old line. But just stand there, just over the trapdoor, because that will get a laugh. Yes!
No.
It gets a laugh.
I'll tell you why not.
Why?
Because there'll be two other guys there doing it.
It's starting to come together a bit. I think that's what it is. That's why the atmosphere is upbeat.
Things are getting a lot better today, because we've run through it again and again and again, and that's the answer. It's got to the stage where he's beginning to perform.
While Kevin's performance seems to be coming along, there's still one old issue that rears its ugly head: lying. At the final test, Kevin will be interviewed by the judges about his career as a professional magician.
No, but
Right, what do you know about magic?
well, I'm saying if I was doing it part-time, then I could have another
You're
job.
not doing it part-time, you're doing it for a living. Well, what do you know about magic?
What do I know? Where have I been working?
No, what do you know about magic?
Magic, it's one
Tell
of
me
the
the name
arts.
of a professional magician, any professional magician.
David Blaine.
David Blaine, any...
Concerned that Kevin's inability to lie will trip him up, the mentors are aware that Kevin needs as much practice as possible, so Mandy takes him out to a bar where he has to talk to women and convince them he's a magician. For a single man going through a dry spell, that's no mean feat.
Oh man, I hate the opening lines. Like I really hate them. I wish you could just be introduced or something.
You could do a real cheesy one, you know. Can I leave the keys to my Porsche with you?
I love every bone in your body, especially mine.
Mandy spots a group of girls and tells Kevin to approach them.
There's a lot of girls.
Don't you smile at me,
There's a lot
mate.
of girls there.
There's 4.
There's not 4.
Listen, there's bloody 4.
I don't know, like that's not 4 girls.
But listen,
That's
then,
like that's
can I just
a
say,
pack.
let's go and find you another one.
Shall I just go over to those girls there?
Yeah, come on, let's go and do that.
Hiya, how's it going? Do you mind if I join you? Is that all right? Sorry to interrupt your conversation. How's it going?
We're just talking about going home
Oh no, really?
to Zimbabwe.
You're from Zimbabwe? That's far away.
Yeah. You're far from home as well, though.
You guess where I'm from?
You can't split the Irish and the Scottish accents.
All right.
You have to talk a bit more.
Okay, I'll talk. what I do for a living. I'm a magician. I do like magic. That's my profession. I go around our tables or go to restaurants. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'd never chatted up a woman in a bar before like this. Never approached a table and started talking to a woman. That's something that you sort of sit down and think about and you say you're going to do after you finish that drink, but you never actually get round to. It's not that bad. Like, it's not that bad. I wish I'd had the guts to do this years ago. Hiya, how's it going?
Fine, thanks.
Do you mind if I join you?
That's fine.
How's it going? Do you mind if I join you?
I'm sure that's okay.
Do you mind if I join you? Is that all right? I'm a magician.
You are?
I'm a magician.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a magician.
A magician?
Yeah, honestly.
what?
Honestly, I'm a professional magician. I do magic. Yeah.
No way.
Honestly, yeah, I do magic to people.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a magician.
Do you remember like Paul Daniels when he was on television?
McMahon.
Yeah, that's how I got into it. Like, I just go around the tables and do close-up magic and things like that. There's quite a lot of money in it actually. You can make, but yeah, big money. I say big money. It's like medium money. Some people say I'm too attractive to be a magician. Yes, I found it easy to lie. Surprisingly easy. Unforgivingly easy. That's a lovely dress you're wearing, by the way. It's really nice.
I wasn't today.
Did you?
Hi, sorry to interrupt. Can I just borrow my friend back for a bit?
Sorry, this is my friend Mandy. See you later. Bye.
You didn't want to leave them, you little monster, did you? You quite like them, didn't you?
I mean, God, if I'd not done this, I maybe would never have done it in my life, you know? It's a good feeling that, like, girls that maybe I would never have even dreamed of approaching in the past, ever, I approached tonight. And that makes you feel good about yourself, yeah, that makes you feel more attractive.
I feel really bad teaching you to bloody lie, but it does feel easier, doesn't it?
It's the day before the final test, and Kevin isn't wasting a minute of practice time.
What I'm going to show you, this might not work. It's a Scottish £10 note.
He's trying out one of his own ideas to tear up an IOU and restore it into a £10 note rather than using a newspaper.
Whoa,
Like that.
that's well good.
The success of the final test is now all down to Kevin.
Fresh in my mind is the reaction I got from Nigel after the Penn and Teller performance. I don't want to be in a situation where I can miss as an important emotion as disappointment in Nigel's eyes. I don't want to be in a situation where Nigel has to look at me and cover that emotion up and say, well done, which I know he will do.
He cares, and that's what matters. And I'm proud of the fact that he cares, and it's important to him. If he fails, I'll be gutted, to be honest.
I've got to fake it. That's the whole point of this, is faking it.
Have you nicked half my silverware?
It's the morning of the final test, and Kevin must travel up to London on his own. The next time he'll see Nigel will be to find out if he's faked it or not. And he must say goodbye to Tracy and the kids.
Hi, buddy. What's happening here?
Good luck on the test and enjoy yourselves.
Take care, see you later.
4 weeks ago, Kevin had never been on a stage unless it was to bumble his way through a physics lecture. Tonight, he'll be billed as one of the star attractions in a showcase of magic talent. As well as Kevin, 3 up-and-coming magicians will perform. Matt Edwards, a.k.a. The Marvel. David Burgess, better known as Devil Deck Dave. Ian Magic Man Myers. And Kevin McMahon, otherwise known as the physicist.
Really nervous. Just ran through some of the jokes out there and they seem to be all right. I just need to stick to my script to try and remember it all.
A panel of judges, legendary for their achievements in the magic world, have been invited to review the evening's entertainment. Rosemary English is a top magician's agent, counting some of the biggest names in magic on her books. Carey Marks is a hugely successful comedy magician, regularly headlining the bill at the Comedy Store. An icon of magic, Paul Daniels, has been entertaining the British public for 40 years. The panel have no idea that one of the 4 magicians is an imposter. who until 4 weeks ago had never picked up a pack of cards unless it was to play snap as a 6-year-old.
I'm petrified. Absolutely petrified.
The mentors, Nigel, Mandy and Pat, are safely hidden away in another room.
30 days.
All they can do now is watch.
Hi, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Hi.
Before the performance, the judges get to grill the competitors on their magic backgrounds.
What age did you get into magic then?
3 years ago, so when I was 22. This guy kept doing a magic trick, and I was like, that's a fantastic trick. I had no idea how it's done, so I went and bought a book, and my friend bought one. We started doing a few tricks, and it just kind of went from there.
I started off when I was about 6 with one of your sets, Paul Daniels 101.
Thank you for the donation.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Why did you get into magic?
It was probably when I was about 12, actually, with one of your famous magic sets.
I've got a lot to answer.
Yeah, it was good. That was a really good start. I mean, I never really got further than my family, though, in my bedroom with that.
He's nervous.
Yeah.
He's really nervous.
It's only really in the last few years that I started taking it a bit more seriously.
Yeah?
I started when I was 5 with like a trick pack of cards in a plastic fishing tackle box, and it got bigger from there, really.
So you never ever bought a Paul Daniels magic set? No? Say no.
No, I'm very,
Your
very
turn,
sorry.
then. I don't want to talk. I'm not talking to him, that's it. I'm not talking
I feel bad now.
The contestants have just 7 minutes to win over the audience and make their mark on the judges. First up is Matt Edwards. He's been working in magic for 7 years and has just been voted Children's Entertainer of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely brilliant to be here. And hello. I saw you winking at me. You cheek. What's your name? Carol. Are you married? Yes. Okay, moving on. Hello.
He's very, very confident, isn't he?
He's loving it, isn't he?
Yeah.
I know you're married. Is your husband here?
No.
He's not? Excellent. Okay, can I have just a kiss on the cheek? Excellent.
He's a real little cheeky one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Next on stage is David Burgess, a member of the Magic Circle. He's been performing out in Ibiza for the last 2 years.
Who are your magical heroes?
My magical heroes, well, one of them's Paul Daniels. The main person that influenced me to get into magic, as in a career-wise, was David Blaine. Would you like to take one card for me, please? Just any one.
Thank you.
If we're going to take a card, I'll take this one, and we'll just levitate it and see if we can give it a spin and a wave round, and then take it. Go on, give it a go. Have a go, have a go. Have a go, have a go, have a go. No, sorry about that, madam.
Lovely close-up
Because
performance.
he's really gentle and really
Yeah.
warming, do you know
He's
what I
got
mean?
a nice personality and everything.
Was that your card?
No.
Was it bigger than that?
Yeah.
Was that your card?
No.
It wasn't. Was it bigger than that?
Yeah, it was.
Well, was that your card?
It was.
Third up on stage is Ian Myers. He's notched up 3 years on the magic scene and performs at one of the UK's top comedy clubs, Jongleurs.
The best gig you've had, what's been really good?
Best gig? I actually organised a gig. Some pretty big names, sort of in the magic world anyway. And it went really well. A couple hundred people there. And we raised £4,000 for charity. Now I thought what I'd do is start off with a card trick. Only I changed my mind. And I decided to start off with a bowling ball trick. It doesn't fit in there, madam. You got it. Yeah.
You can definitely see that he works, this guy.
But I actually prove it to you, because inside here we have a full bottle of champagne. If we burst it open, you should be able to see it, madam, because you go bang like that. And you have one of those in there. Thank you.
Kevin is next on stage.
Oh, God.
All 4 weeks of training has come down to the next 7 minutes.
Nervous as fuck.
I'm sick.
4 weeks ago, Kevin McMahon, a shy physicist from Edinburgh, traded in his lab coat for a cloak of secrecy.
I can't watch this.
Has it been a particularly bad gig that you've had?
There was one not too long ago, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, when I was on stage, and just didn't happen. I mean, the audience were really being tough on the comedians.
Right.
And I was like doing just a short 10-minute spot, comedy magic. But my magic was good, but they didn't really like my comedy. My name's Kevin. I'm a magician. And in case you're wondering, I got that tie from Thailand. Hey, I'm a magician. Any comedy's a bonus. I'd like to show you an authentic Scottish £50 note. Yeah? But it was a family heirloom. It's been passed down through generations. But I'm in England now. And I am a magician. So what I'd like to do, show you that. Okay, it's that time of the evening where I ask a member of the audience to come up here on stage, help me out with a few tricks. Yep, you sir, up on stage. Round of applause, please. I want to show you something very special, very valuable. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my grandmother's ring. You can tell how valuable it is by just biting on it like that, because gold, well, it tastes better. So what I want you to do, Dave, if you don't mind, just open your mouth, bite on that. You got it?
No.
You've not got it?
No.
Open your mouth. Say ah. Lift your tongue up. You must have swallowed it. Don't worry, this happens all the time. We could wait a few days to get it out, but I've got a show later on tonight. So I'm afraid we're going to have to operate. But don't worry, I've done this hundreds of times before. Yeah? Is there, Dave, any history of mental illness in your family?
No.
Mine neither.
Yes!
Right, Dave, I'm glad we've got that out of the way. What I want to do now, mate, you may feel a little prick. Yeah? All right, let's go. Oh, God, Dave. You all right, mate? Just give me a second there, mate. Oh, God. What did you have for lunch, man? Oh, wait a minute, I think I can see it. Oh, the ring, my grandmother's ring.
Oh, mate, I'm so proud of you.
Just going to quickly go through the cards, one by one like that. Whenever you want, I want you just to say stop.
Stop.
Stop, right, Dave? Look at the cards, remember it. I'm going to ask you to show the audience, just hold it up in the air so they can see it. Can you all see it?
Good boy, look at that dominance.
Look at him.
What I want you to do, Dave, shout out the name of your card to the audience so they can all hear.
Two of spades.
Two of spades, ladies and gentlemen. Dave!
Yes! Come on, boy!
Most acts at the end of their show sell DVDs, CDs, cassettes. Well, I'm doing a lovely range of homemade plum jam, if anyone's interested. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kevin McMahon. Good night.
God, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
He was, honestly, what do you reckon, Nige? You're right, mate.
Did he miss any lines? I don't think so.
He's bloody filling up here. How much do you want this, Kevin?
Oh, well, I want to win this. It was a good trick. Every one of those guys was more technically gifted than I am. I just hope that I could put the performance on. I've no doubt that they all knew who I was. It's obvious.
It's all over. The judges are impressed by the high standard of all the magicians, but will they spot Kevin as the fake?
Now, Rosemary, would it surprise you that up until 4 weeks ago, one of our magicians had never ever performed magic before?
It would. Yes, it would.
Who do you think, Rosemary, our imposter is?
Ian.
Yeah! Come on!
They were tricks that I'd seen performed by other magicians recently. I felt they were fairly copied.
It would surprise me if it turns out to be a different one to the one I'm going to suggest that it was.
Oh, God.
He sussed it.
I'm going to give that as David.
Yes! Come on!
If it doesn't turn out to be David, then I realise it's a particularly cruel thing to say about him, but it looked like someone who just bought the stuff, learnt it, and went straight out and did it with very little practice and doesn't actually understand how the moves are supposed to come across and the feel of them.
Ooh, tough choice. Could it be either of the last two? I would have thought.
Who are you going to go for?
Me and...
Come
Ian, I thought he was better than he was. I didn't feel he was entirely smooth with everything.
Now, what would you say if I told you it was Kevin? Yeah. Okay. It is Kevin, no? Yeah. Well, you got me.
Absolutely clearly it is no, I would not have expected it was Kevin.
Good.
Did you already have some performance skills beforehand or not at all?
None.
Nothing at all. So, well, he's got something in there that obviously could work.
I thought Kevin did really well. But he's a nice guy, you see. And I judge on nice guy.
He didn't.
We got you.
Good job, bud. Cheers, bud. How's it going, Mandy?
Hello. You all right?
I'm not going to give you a cuddle, but you did well. You did well. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, the judges are a bit different, do you know what I mean? Because they analyse it all and...
Professionals, and it's
They
like...
tore
but
every act apart.
I mean, literally, like, just...
Yeah.
Every detail. They've written that all down.
But...
They were definitely technically better than me, like.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh, they were all much better than you. All of them.
And, you did it.
Clean sweat, every single one.
Thanks a lot.
You can go back to Scotland and be proud. Tell them you did it. Tell them you did it.
Cheers, guys.
Even Paul Daniels didn't spot you, mate. Come here. So proud of you.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I feel great. You were like smiling. I can't believe I fooled them all. Can you believe that? I fooled every... Daniels. Got Daniels. Sorry. Got Daniels.
Just completely justifies everything we've been through this last month. It's just... It was more important than I realised probably for myself tonight. Who entertained the audience?
But I was just
No, who did? Come on, have your moment, who did? Hey, I drink today.
The 4 weeks have come to an end, and Kevin must say goodbye to his mentors.
I'll miss Mandy and Nigel a lot. They've been the biggest people in my life for the last 4 weeks.
I feel quite sad about saying goodbye to him. It's going to be sort of strange not seeing him. We've all got really fond of him.
I haven't got a huge base of friends. My friends I've got, I keep quite close, and he's very much come into my life. So I've got a mate out of it, I think, yeah.
Remember hair product?
Really, I'm proud of what I've done. Proud of how I performed last night. Never expected to be influenced by this as much as I have been.
Take care, fella. See you later.
Why did you go?
I just really want him to carry on with this sort of newfound confidence, really. I really don't want him to go back and sort of almost go back into his shell.
Is he owe you money?
Why did you go? I'm lonely, babe.
Since I've come back to Edinburgh, there's been one big change in my life, and that's my occupation. I've changed jobs from being a scientist to being a magician. So you think you can squeeze these two balls really?
Kevin is now a full-time magician. He does 2 weekly gigs at restaurants around town and also has a monthly comedy spot.
And now open your hands.
Hey!
It was probably the easiest decision I've ever made in my life, just to pack it in. It's a big one. It definitely seems like a big one, but there was so much more enjoyment in what I was doing when I was standing up with a pack of cards in my hand in front of a group of 5 or 6 people, rather than sitting down in front of a computer. I can't help myself now. Everywhere I go, I've got a pack of cards in my pocket. My friends are getting tired of it now. They really are. But I just can't leave the house without them. What's that behind your ear there, Kirsten? Just there.
It's a ball.
Oh no, it's not. It's your ear. been missing Nigel and Mandy since I came back here. I speak to Nigel quite often. He's just a role model there for me, isn't he? He's what I should be aspiring to. I mean, I'll be seeing them again next month, hopefully. I want to go down and visit them both.
So what happened to your woolly jumpers?
There's a shop up the road called Save the Children, and they had a donation.
Kevin's new look seems to have the added benefit of attracting women.
I'd done some magic tricks, and this girl was trying to give me her phone number and a bit of paper, and her boyfriend was just like 2 seats down.
She wanted you for her kid's party.
Is that what it was?
He's gained a bit of confidence, which I don't think he had before. When he walks into a pub now, he believes that he's the most entertaining and exciting person in that pub.
Would you like to see a quick trick with me? Yeah?
Go on then.
I've definitely had more attention from women in the last 3 months than I have had in the last year. But as opposed to pulling them and kissing them, I'm not telling you. That card will jump back onto the top again, okay? Let's try it. I hate it when this happens.
What would you have done without faking it?
Oh man, that's not worth thinking about. If faking it hadn't come along, what day is it today? Monday, I'd be sitting at my desk thinking, oh my God, when's this day going to finish? So lucky. Yeah, I still look back now on that experience and think of all the things that have happened to put me in that place at that time and think, I'm a lucky boy, like, really am.
It's a kind of magic. One dream,
like
one soul,
this.
one prize, one goal.
Raise your hands above their head like this.
Like a kid out of Peter Pan there, doesn't he?
One shot.